Eyes live. Let's see what my mic check 1 2 1 2 sounds like. Eyes live. Oh my goodness. I feel like it's been so long since I've been here. Lipstick isn't even lipsticking. Thought it'd be pinker. Oh, well, here it's not, but here it is. My monitor. I see it's pinking.
I wish you love, life, and milk.
So I came here for a little bit prior to me going to my other stop because I'm driving through. What are we gonna play today? Some daydreaming. Thanks. I see a thumbs up. I don't know where it came from. Oh my goodness, we are here and back and in full effect. This year is going. It is really going, and we've talked about it before, the year of the dragon. You know what? I had a story to tell. But the year of the dragon, I think some of us are being faced with our greatest fears, and we're facing them and conquering them. Hey, Heather. Girl, it is Thursday. The birthday has been the best birthday yet. Honestly, this has been my best birthday yet. And I hope and I wish that everyone can feel this way. Like, I want everyone to have a best birthday. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the best birthday. It could be the best day, the best weekend, the best vacation, the best nap, but just the best, the best meal, the best drink, which this is water with some chlorophyll in it. I poured a lot of chlorophyll so I could smell good from the inside out. But it was fabulous. Everyone deserves the best moment, 100%. I had the best little birthday party. Well, I had 2 birthday parties. And I got gifts. I don't know if you could see these beautiful earrings. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Flowers. I got Mother's Day cake. So much has happened since I've been here. First, shout out to the Tauruses because it's still Taurus season. Woo woo. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day has passed. Happy Beltane, which was on May 1st. I may have said that before. What else has happened? There's been so much. I've done so much and still not done. The month is still going, and we're having a great time. Oh, Diana Ross was in town, was in Atlanta. I saw a ton of people on my timeline who went to see Diana, which I didn't even know that she was coming. I think it's great, though. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Hey. I love Diana. K-Mas had a wonderful vacation. I just recommend that everyone just get a chance to go somewhere that you like. Go to your happy place. Your happy place may be in your bedroom, maybe in your bathroom or in your closet, but if you don't have a happy place, set whatever up to be your happy place. It may be at the local bar, the local hole in the wall in the corner where nobody else sits because it's so greasy and dark. But when you sit there, you know you're the only one. So that becomes your happy place. Go to it. Might be getting a massage. I'm just looking at the massage table right now. I was in my happy place last weekend. It was great. It was great. So let's talk about the Waffle House for a hot sec. And this is so the word that I was given today was achievement. And sir gave me that word because we've had a lot of achievements. School is out very soon, a couple of days, and they had a little award ceremony. So AG got her little achievement certificate and achieving this vacation, climbing waterfalls, all of that stuff. I was thinking earlier, hey Steph, of when I used to work at the Waffle House. Now, let me explain to those who are not from the South, because I'm not from Connecticut. In Connecticut, in New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, like New Hampshire, Vermont, we have things called diners. Diners, right? Diner. The diner is where you go. It's 24 hours. Generally, this is generally owned by Greeks. I don't know now. It may have changed, but when I was in it, it was Greeks, Greek families that own these diners. They were open 24 hours, and their menu was literally 1,536 items that you can order at any time. Anytime. You go 2:00 in the morning, you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, some spanakopita, grinders. Grinder for everybody is a hoagie or a Subway. I don't know what else they're called. A hoagie, a grinder. We call it a grinder. You can get anything, any chicken parmesan, omelets, anything. I don't understand how these people literally had 1,536 things on the menu at a drop. And they serve alcohol. 24 hours. Hey, boo, a book. And let me tell you, hey, Muffin, in the diners, there was a book of menu. Okay, so you open it up. So your first page, the cover, welcome to, I don't know, I'm going to Hard Rock Diner. You open it up to your first page. Those were the first 2 pages of breakfast only. Only. Because normally that's your eggs, your omelets, your, healthy breakfast. If you want an egg white, maybe your specials, your farmer's special, which you get an omelet, ham, bacon, sausage, da-da-da-da. Then you turn it, and that's your next 2 pages. Now we get to the sweets, your pancakes, your French toast, your waffles, your bagels, your lox and whatever. Then you turn it from there. Now that's a daggone shame. I know the menu like this, right? So you obviously know. I've been there a couple times. And then you have it may go to your sandwiches. So now you have regular bread sandwiches, not your hoagies or your grinders. These are just regular square bread sandwiches. So you have your club sandwich, your chicken sandwich, grilled chicken, baked chicken, fried chicken sandwiches, your ham, turkey, whatever sandwich you want. And then the next page, anyways, it was page, and then you get to your entrees. They have 76 entrees in one night. How? Then you turn the page and it's your appetizers and your side orders, the kids menu, da da da. And then you turn it again and guess what they have? Your specials for the evening. Y'all got everything. Anyways, so that's how we did it up top. Now down here in the South, they have something called the Waffle House. I believe it's world renowned Waffle House. It was founded here in Georgia. And it is almost a religion. And I didn't know that when I came here. I knew about the Waffle House. I think I had been to the Waffle House maybe one time. It was nothing special. Sorry, it's nothing special. Diners, in my opinion, will blow the Waffle House away any day. Any day. A 24-hour diner. Because when we went clubbing, where did we go? To the diner after. Or anytime. You can go anytime. Go to the diner, can kill the Waffle House. Because the Waffle House, let me show you their menu. For those of you who don't know, it's a page. It's a sheet like this. And you flip it over. That's it. That's it. That's it. So where I was living, the Waffle House was right next door. Said, I'm just going to go ahead and get a quick job here. I know I can make quick tip money. So I got a job, and I didn't understand that the Waffle House was literally a religion. They have their own language and their own way of writing. They have their own communication. I was told that in order to work at the Waffle House, you can't have teeth. I promise. Old school deli or Detroit, Coney Island is the way better than the Waffle House. Dad, we call it the Awful House. So I heard that you can't have teeth to work at the Waffle House. Now I have teeth. I did get my 4 wisdom teeth removed like 20 years ago. But other than that, I got them all. I didn't know that there was I didn't know that, and there's nothing wrong with it. I actually appreciate the Waffle House for giving jobs to folks who may not be able to get a job elsewhere. They support the work release program from prison. They support, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how anybody presents themselves. You can get a job. So look, I appreciate that. Me coming back into the States, this is when I came back from the Dominican Republic, I didn't have anything. So I appreciate them for giving me a job. Oh, goodness. So I had to learn this language. But it was also an introduction to the South. Because the South has its own language, its own communication. I didn't know, but I learned quickly. You got to be kind of quick at the Waffle House because you can get your ass beat. Y'all know, you've seen them Waffle House fights. It's real. I've seen them. I've seen employees fight. I've seen employees fight customers. I've seen it all. All. So, robberies. One of the Waffle Houses used to get robbed every Wednesday faithfully. They would get robbed. So if you worked at that Waffle House on Wednesdays, you knew that your tip money, you'd have to take off your person. This is how bad it was. We couldn't keep our tip money on our person. We had to put it in a cup under a cabinet or away, because when they rob you, they rob the till and they know that all the servers have money on them. Covered, chunked, smothered, and diced, I think that's the lingo. Yeah, they got their own language. I forgot it. But so if you've ever worked at the Waffle House or know at the Waffle House, there is a certain time in the morning and the afternoon, that leads to the that leads to the afternoon, where the cook on duty, normally it was the manager, but it may be a master cook, because they had master grill operators. And let me tell you, them master grill operators can out grill anybody, tearing it up. So they would have to count inventory. And when that would happen, for instance, my manager, he didn't cook for those hours he was counting. We would have to cook. And I didn't, okay, I'll get down. But the other servers hated it. They hated it. They would go back to the freezer. Look, you need to come and cook. But I didn't, whatever. So we had this customer that would come in, I would say maybe 2 to 3 times a week. A gentleman, maybe in his mid to upper 30s, maybe early 40s, but he never spoke, never said, hey, hi, welcome in, how you doing, what's going on? Nothing. And he would order the same thing faithfully. And he would never tip. Hold on. Do I have any sound effects? He would never tip. I didn't care. Whatever it was, what it was. But this other one, and she's still my friend to this day, she hated serving him because he would never tip. So he walks in, she was like, take him, I'm going to clean up. Fine. And my manager, his name was Jimmy at the time, was in the back counting inventory. So it was left to me to cook this man's meal. Now, I already know he's not going to tip. And he's kind of, not mean, but just no frills. Nothing. No hi, no nothing. So I already knew this about him. So in my head, I'm going to cook his meal. I already know what he wants. But of course I asked, because the day that I decide to throw on his regular, that's the day he would change, right? So I didn't. Said, hi, how can I help you? He got, and I still remember the order, scrambled eggs with cheese, bacon, hash brown plain, and raisin toast. And probably a waffle. Like that was the main, like the all-star and a waffle. So I knew this. So I was I had a restaurant in the DR, catering business. So I actually couldn't wait to get to cook on this grill because it's a beautiful grill, beautiful piece of machinery they have. And I remember it like yesterday. At the Waffle House, they teach you to put your meat first on the grill. What do the kids say? Pause. They teach you to put your meat first, then drop your hash brown, then cook your eggs, because that's the order of when things are going to get done. But truthfully, your starches will always take longer to cook than a piece of bacon, because, bacon's thin, and they'll stay hotter longer. So that's why you really should cook your starch first. But that's from cooking. I know that, but I never said anything, whatever they do bacons. But this was my time now to cook. I couldn't wait to get on this grill. So I dropped my hash brown first, and I put a lot of grease. And Waffle House uses this thing called golden liquid gold. Liquid gold is what it's called. It's probably death, but it's oil. I don't know what type of oil it is. It's probably death. However, I squirted, pause, the grill with the liquid gold, put a lot of it, and I put the hash browns down on, and I let them fry for a long time so they could be crispy. Because sometimes you go to the Waffle House and it's not scattered. If you get it in the ring, it won't be crispy, but I make sure it's crispy. So I put the top over it too to let the steam cook the potatoes inside. See that? Got my hash browns on. I walk over now. Actually, I think I scrambled the eggs first in a bowl to have them ready. Then I went over and laid down the bacon. And you can get it like with the press on it so the bacon's flat. I didn't. I let the bacon curl up so it was perfect. And I let the bacon go. Then I go over to my pan, put some butter in there, B. Pour the eggs in, scrambled them up. I scrambled them hard and then put the cheese so the cheese would be all melty and the eggs had that buttery, fluffy flavor. Then I put my toast on. So by the time everything was done, it was done together. You know, sometimes you go to Waffle House and your bacon's done first, so they bring the bacon out. Then your waffle's done, then they bring waffle. No, that is not the order I want my food. I want it all together and I want it hot. But I don't know. I guess the way that the Waffle House teaches how to cook, that's not how they teach it. But if you know, you know. So I made sure the toast popped up at the same time I was plating everything so I can get some hot toast out of the toaster and put some butter on there, B. Boom. And I served everything to him at once. And I was as happy as a pig in poo, as a hot pepper pie. I was so just elated that I was able to cook on this grill because it had been a long time since I've really cooked. And it was beautiful. My plating, I made sure I did everything just beautiful. Like I said, it'd been a long time since I had this opportunity. So I gave him his food and I went on my merry way. I knew he was gonna pay. He always paid, but I knew he wasn't gonna leave a tip. So I'm doing whatever, cleaning up. He eats, didn't say anything, and then he leaves. Said nothing. I didn't even realize he left. My friend that was working with me said, "Oh my God." My heart dropped because I thought he didn't pay, because I would have had to pay for that. She said, "Lex, come here." And I walked over. He put a $20 bill on the table and left. Now, back then, the All-Star breakfasts were like, I don't know, they were under $10, maybe 7 something. It was a while ago. He left me a tip. More fire. He left me all the tip from the $20 bill. Talk about achievement. The only thing that was in my mind at that time was being able to cook on this flat top and cook on this grill and just presenting and doing what I love, because cooking's my passion. And I ended up getting a tip. I know. It's crazy, right? But it's not crazy. Because I got paid for doing what I love. And we chatted about that today. A woman was talking. She makes quilts. And she just learned, she joined a quilting group at her church. And her quilts are gorgeous. And she could absolutely go into business. And of course, we think like what we love, we can't make money from it. But we don't even realize that we are making money from it. I didn't even realize he left the tip. And I was glad that my friend, because even though she's my friend, you know your friends. Now, she's not a thief, but I love her. I love her from a distance. We never know, you know. I'm surprised she didn't take the money. I'm surprised she didn't and just cashed out and been like, "Oh, this is what he paid." But she didn't, because she was shocked too. And the manager, Jimmy, was like, "Yeah, homie." And I didn't. Well, then after I found out that the man was sitting, so like not the counter, the grill was here, and he was sitting at the last booth here facing me. So he watched me the entire time. And I really think he saw the love I was putting into it, not because of him, but because it's what I love to do. I think about that moment often, because it was so powerful and so special. If I saw this guy again, I wouldn't know him. I wouldn't know half. Look, I got a problem with recognizing people out in the street again. I don't understand. I don't know. And I think, you know why? It's because I don't see them. I see them. I see through. If I know you, I'm going to recognize you. But if I meet you maybe like 6 times, I may not know you the seventh. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't. So I wouldn't recognize him again. But yeah, that was something. And I had so many friends. I had this Vietnamese guy who worked at Pho 24. Pho 24. Pho 24 was down the street. And he would work third shift and then come to the Waffle House first shift to relax. And he always ordered the same thing, a T-bone steak, a blueberry waffle. And he was a little guy, but let me tell you, he could eat his behind off. And he spoke little English, very little English. But we became friends. And because, and I never went to Pho 24 in that time overnight, but I did go there because of him. And he used to come in and always used to see me, and I didn't care. I don't want to talk to him because he don't know how to speak English. Listen, the non-English speakers are the best because I learn, and then I learned to also communicate other than language. But he could tell me he wanted a blueberry waffle and a steak, and he would get that steak rare. So I remember he gave me some Vietnamese money because he went back home for a little while and he was a student here, and he would just treat me so well. And the day that I had to tell him that it was my last day, he gave me the biggest hug and started tearing up a little bit. But the crazy thing, now I'm trying to tell him, like, how did I even say that I'm leaving? I think I was like, me, no more. He was like, oh, he understood what I was saying. So good. Face micro expressions. Yeah. We knew exactly what we were saying to each other. He gave me and I told him, I was like, can you take me to Vietnam? I'm trying to go to visit. And he said, yeah. And I'm going to tell you, if we had exchanged phone numbers, I guarantee I would have been in Vietnam. He was that type of guy, student, whatever. I know I would have been to Vietnam 1 or 2 times by now with my Ho Chi Minh money. Absolutely. But getting back to the word achievement, that's an achievement. I feel it's an achievement to be able to communicate without language, right? Musicians do it all the time. Artists do it all of the time. Cooks, chefs do it. Babies do it all the time. Animals do it all the time. Oh, animals are funny. And also the expression of getting over a fear. Let me take that back. Not getting over, working through a fear. In some way, that is an expression directly from Source, from God. We have love, we have compassion, or whatever else. Creativity, creative. Hey, Darlene. However, working through a fear and seeing what's on the other side, because on the other side of that is love. And maybe there's some creativity that has to be used to get through that fear, to work through it. I climbed a waterfall, and there's videos to prove all of this and pictures. Just got to get it together. Not only that, being a witness to watching someone work through a fear, work through so many fears of one going through the airport, because that's a fear. That's crazy enough. Especially here at ATL. If y'all have been to the Atlanta airport, you should know it's the busiest airport in the world, the biggest airport in the world. Yeah, we're proud of that, but I'm going to tell you, it is not for the, it ain't, listen, if you breathe heavy, if you're not used to walking more than 5 minutes, if you get lost easily, it is not the airport for you. And I can't even tell you to get a wheelchair, because when you go into Atlanta, no one's there. You have to come like from another place into Atlanta. Like if you're departing from Atlanta, and I'm not talking about a connection, I'm talking like you're here in Atlanta and you're departing, you cannot get a wheelchair. Or you have to show up 4 hours early to your flight to get a wheelchair. Absolutely. They have no workers. They have 3,000 wheelchairs lined up, but nobody to push them. So I'm like, well, let me I could push the wheelchair. Oh yeah, no, we can't. We it's a mess. Anyways, getting through the airport is crazy. So that is a conquer a win. So, yes, Atlanta's crazy. So then actually getting on the plane, going through TSA is another win, because there's, the nerves start. And so then actually getting on the plane, flying there, boom, you land, you get there, you go through wherever, like you go over out of the United States, you got to go through immigration, customs. And that's a little fearful too, especially if you've never done it before. And then you got to get in a vehicle with someone that you don't know and pray that they get you to your destination. A win. Then you got to pray that your hotel reservation, everything goes smooth, right? And everything goes smooth. And then one decides, let's go to a waterfall. Okay, we're just going to see a waterfall. Nope. We're going to get in the water. Not only that, we're actually going to go against the stream up the waterfall, up these rocks. What? Huh? Yeah. And not only that, you now have the opportunity to jump off of the cliff or swing on a rope, boo, into the water. And this wasn't Dunn's River Falls, okay? Dunn's River Falls, you have to do a human chain. I don't like all that. I need help. And our guide, Jade, Jala. It was Ja in a letter. I think it was Jati. Helped. And that man carried me like a daggone calf. I felt like a baby cow. I swear to goodness I did. And I had to let go. In those situations, you have no choice but to let go. And I am not that I'm a control freak, because I'm not. I know when I have to give up and just let somebody carry me. But I couldn't. It had just rained. So the current of that river was not a game. Every step I took forward, in my head, I was taking steps forward, but I was told recently that I was taking like 10 steps back. The current, I'm thinking I'm moving forward and I'm moving back, not realizing that I'm about to be swept away. Anyway, so witnessing someone working through their fears, and then being able to remind them of that when they're faced with another fear. Like, yo, you just jumped off a cliff. And I'm not talking about Rick's Cafe cliff, because somebody asked me that. I think it was Baby Mom. You asked me, was it Rick's Cafe? No, not Rick's Cafe, where it's nice and pretty. This was at Benta Falls in Westmoreland, in the woods. of the woods, no paved roads. The entire time we were driving was like the, huh? Yeah, no, we should be there soon. That's the entire ride. And then these the potholes, I don't even understand how they call them potholes. They're not potholes. They're craters. Our driver almost got into a fight, which I was ready for because she was bout it. Amanda of Amanda Tours. Hey, Amanda 876 Adventures. If you're ever in she does the whole island of Jamaica, please hit her up. She was so professional, so good, and she has anything and everything you're interested in. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Okay. I thought when she said we'll go to a waterfall, I literally thought we were going to see a waterfall and like be able to splash in the water. That's it. I didn't know we were doing a course, and that's what it was. It was a whole course, a ropes course. I ended up getting road rash. I don't know if you could see it right here. Wait, there. It burned. The only thing you really have to worry about, though, in any place, any tropical place, so Thailand, Cambodia, anywhere in the Caribbean, even like New Zealand, Guam, Hawaii, right? Those places, I am going to say the most dangerous thugs, criminals, gang members are the mosquitoes. I was shanked by gangs. Gangs of mosquitoes. Now, you're going to ask me, well, why didn't you spray some bug repellent? I had three. And a supersonic, electronic, digital, some type of mosquito and bug repellent thing, like a sonic thing. Their mosquitoes danced to that sonic thing, and they drank that DEET like it was alcohol. That's the only thing you have to worry about. Other than that, you can have a blast. Oh my God, it's already 8 o'clock. Okay, folks, I'm going over to whatchamacallit, to the Light Shine Lab. I love you. I will be back next Thursday. Love you. Bye.